Today's quote is entitled How to Grow a Movement, and these are realizations that I have in my experience from spreading Krishna consciousness, seeing what's working and what isn't working, and how to engage in preaching in accordance with where people are at and what their needs are. Don't judge people, accept them where they are at and encourage and inspire them to be better. Don't force them into an artificial position they neither choose to be in nor can maintain. No one wants to be judged. Everyone wants to be accepted, appreciated, and loved. If we do this, we will attract many people and not give them a reason to leave. So of course, you don't want to be judged. You want to be appreciated. You want to be accepted where you're at. You need to accept yourself where you're at and work to be better. So in saying accepting people, I'm not saying we allow people just to follow any standard they want. But at the same time, we can't really push people beyond their capabilities, because when we do that, a lot of people leave Krishna consciousness. It makes them feel ashamed or makes them feel guilty. So we need to encourage people, yes, inspire people, yes, through our philosophy, through our teachings, but not make them feel guilty or bad about where they're at, but accept them and appreciate them where they're at. Don't judge them. Don't make them feel bad that they're not as Krishna consciousness as perhaps they feel they should be, or they think that you feel they should be. So what's happening in our movement, I think every religious movement has this problem. People come, they stay for a while, and they leave. And one of the reasons they will leave is because they feel they can't reach the goal. They're not capable. They become discouraged. They're being pushed, or perhaps being told, by now you should be on such and such a level. And it doesn't work for them. It doesn't work for most people. Now, some people like to be pushed. Some people like to be forced. It's their nature. But most people will do best if they practice Krishna consciousness in a way that they can feel comfortable wherever they're at. We inspire them to be better, but at the same time, we don't judge them. And I wanted to read something to you. This was a letter just written to me that I read yesterday. And it's very interesting because I think a lot of you can relate to it. And if you don't relate to it personally, at least try to see it from the other person's point of view and understand that a lot of people feel like this devotee. And this is what he wrote. Although there are many temptations and allurements, having the ability to call someone and talk to them about the way you are feeling and knowing that you won't be judged is amazing. He has a particular problem, and he joined a support group, and they share, and they're not judged. And he's expressing how helpful this has been for him in dealing with this specific problem. But now listen to what he says. It's something that I feel I am unable to do with my friends and mentors, as I feel that I'd be judged. So, I'll try to understand what he's saying. He's saying I can't open up because I feel I'll be judged, I'll be condemned. Perhaps this information will be shared with others. And if you can't open up, how are you going to heal? So we need to create communities where people can open up, feel okay about opening up, feel trusting about opening up, and those who are hearing them are okay with them also, with whatever their problems are. Now, not okay, I don't mean you're condoning their mistakes, but you're okay with them as a person who's sincerely trying. You're not condemning them as a person. Or what they've done may be wrong, and we could say this is wrong. But condemning them as a person is counterproductive. And I know devotees who personally told me because of this, they left Krishna consciousness, not because they really don't like the devotees, or they don't like the philosophy, or they don't like Prabhupada's books, or any of this, but because they feel uncomfortable, unaccepted, unappreciated. So this is very, very important. If we're going to grow our communities bigger and bigger, if we want to have a bright future ahead of us, we have to learn how to be accepting of people where they're at. At the same time, those who are initiated, and especially those who are second initiated, they have to set a perfect example, an ideal example. We can't compromise with Brahmins. We can't really compromise much with initiated devotees. First initiated devotees sometimes have difficulty. But the compromise, the acceptance, comes in more with people who are coming and gradually coming to the level of preparing for initiation, and some of them may never become initiated. And then you might say, but what about those who are initiated, who are having trouble? At the same time, we want to encourage them. Yes, you've taken your vows, you need to follow them. Let's make a plan for you to get back on your feet without judging them, without condemning them. We want to bring them back to Krishna consciousness in a way that they can feel comfortable. And they may have to enter different doors to get there. So that's important. So I'm not saying we water down or compromise. Those are, especially second initiated, have a very high standard to keep. And if we keep that standard, then other people who are coming new, joining our congregation, they will see that example. That will shine in front of them as something to strive for. So that's very important. And in that way, our example is what's pushing them, and we don't have to force them otherwise. Very important points if we want to spread Krishna consciousness well into the future and maintain our congregations. Hare Krishna. If you like this video, you can subscribe below. Also, I'd really appreciate it if you share this video with others, if you comment on it, if you like it, do whatever you have to click to share it, because I think a lot of devotees would appreciate getting these videos. I try to take our philosophy and put it in a practical way so we know how to apply it in daily activity. And this is one of the services I do. And I want to reach as many devotees as possible. If you can help me, I'd appreciate it so much. Thank you.